Okay, so the last video I didn't show. I forgot to keep recording when I went to File, Increment and Save. But you can see here I'm in Aviator Armor 003. So if you haven't done that, it's a good time to increment and save. I have this boxy character here. If I let's take it out of X-ray for a second, so you can see the shape. I can see that I have some issues with this join where the head joins this thing, and but I'm not going to worry about those right now. I am going to add some edge loops to the arms and legs and maybe the torso eventually, um, to give me more detail. Right now, from the shoulder to the elbow is just a whole one piece, and I need, and particularly I can show you certain parts of the body need to bend a little bit more, and so I can't bend them without more more edges, more polygons. So I can do it in this view, I believe. So I'm going to. This is maybe not a bad view in object mode, so we can see all this stuff. I need I need to get the edge loop tool, and I don't see the mesh tools here, and it's because somehow I've gotten into FX here. I want to be in modeling. You can see that only thing that changes across is this stuff across here. So if you maybe, I don't know how I ended up here, but there's all these other rigging, animation, and whatnot. But modeling is what I want for these top level drop downs or tabs. And there's edit mesh and mesh tools, and I think the yep, insert edge loop is here. So that's the insert edge loop tool, and it works in a kind of strange way. I I click on edge that I want to kind of duplicate, and oh, that's the wrong one. So I don't know if you can see that created this edge loop, but that's not what I want. Control Z. I guess it's not the one I want to duplicate. It's one, oh yeah, along this edge is I want a new edge loop. There we go. So now I have a new edge loop, and it goes all the way around that arm. I'll create another one here, and I'll create maybe one more right here to begin the wrist and the thigh. I need an edge loop, and at least one, and the calves I might need two, and I'll create another one just for the ankle. So now I have these edge loops. Now I can do things like this. I'll go into the side view. That's not the side view. And I need to stop using the edge loop, so I'll just go back to, oh, here, there's the edge loop tool. Maybe it's been there all the time. But now you know where to find it. It's under modeling tools. It's under mesh tools, edge loop, insert edge loop. But that's the icon there. Anyway, with this arrow selected, I can get these. Oh, let's get the vertices view. And I can begin to reposition now. I know it looks a little weird here for a second. And I think that maybe I got to remember that I'm not doing the body, I'm doing the suit. So I can also scale these up a bit. So I'm just bringing this more into line with the size of the suit. There we go. It's kind of tough because I'm used to thinking in terms of the body underneath the clothes, but I'm not really worried about the body here. And let's go into the front view. And we can, yeah, we can rotate these as well. I think the knees are about right for rotation. And move them. That looks about right, probably, for rotation, actually. And I'll get these and just widen this out a bit. There we go. So that's the legs, and then let's look at the arms. Yeah, this loop here needs to be rotated. The idea being that, there we go. I really want to look at this arm because that arm is smaller. On the drawing you can clearly see. Move some of these edge loops around. Maybe just, there we go. All right, and so I'm only really paying attention now to the left-hand side on this guy. And then, so now we have, this is a little bit more like, the model, the guide we have. Oops. So that's good. And then now I want to add hands and feet. So those edge loops at the bottom of the wrist, etc., are going to be helpful. Let's go into, I think I could do this in the perspective view. I'm going to get this face and extrude it. I'm just going to guess here at first. And I'm going to scale it down. Oops, that's somehow I end up scaling everything. Don't know how that happens. Scale it down front to back because the fingers, the hands get thinner. I need an extra edge loop maybe for a thumb. So here, no, I see. The edge loop is now gone here. So last tool used, huh? I see, that's what that is. Last tool used. Okay, so mesh tools, insert edge loop, and I'll get, maybe I'll get, I don't really want a whole edge loop there, maybe. So I'll get this face. Don't know why I can't get the face. There we go. And I'll extrude that for the thumb. And I'll scale it way down. I'll rotate it. Like that, like so. And then I'll extrude it again. And scale it way down. I can move it around a bit. I think the thumb kind of, and I want to rotate it again as well. Maybe this face, I might want to scale side to side as well. I might actually, let's go back to vertex mode and get these vertices and pull them out a bit. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit like a hand. Yep. Let's look at the front view. I didn't get so far off. I want another edge loop so I can kind of bend this hand, but the thumb definitely needs to kind of shift. It looks like a robot hand. So I'll get a new insert edge loop and get one here, which will allow me to get my vertices. Come on now. And move them. There we go, and maybe even rotate them a bit. And I can scale them further maybe. Look at this in. Yeah, that looks okay. But the thumb is really just sticking out like a sore thumb, right? So let's see if I can't get those vertices. I'm going to go back to X-ray view for a sec. See if I can't just get those 4. Always important not to get the wrong vertices there. Not get an extra one somewhere or leave one out. I'll go back to, oops, not Q. I've got some kind of topological problem here, unless maybe that's just that I'm still looking at X-ray. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, so there's my hand. The thumb is still a little bit monstrous. Let's do the feet. So you remember I created I'll go back to blocky mode. I created this kind of ankle thing here, so I'll grab this face and extrude that just downward, and I'll bring it all the way down to the ground, rotate it so it's flat to the ground. I don't know what causes that. I've got this face, that's all I want to rotate. There we go, flat to the ground. I might scale it up a bit because I think your feet boots kind of widen a bit. And then I'll get this front face and extrude that. Crazy big boots. Still kind of crazy big. And I'll there we go. Let's look at it in side view, see how badly I'm crazy big. But everything else is not terribly bad, right? I've got the basic proportions right. I could probably scale up this, I need the vertices back. Grab these vertices and scale those up a bit. Thicken up the ankle a bit. And let's get just these two. Kind of pull them forward a bit. There we go. Just to kind of create this boot. Okay, so I have some issues here. The chest seems, I mean, it is like armor, but I think these vertices are too far out. These, maybe just these, let's get the X-ray back, just maybe these 4. Can pull this waist in a little bit too. Yeah, I think that's less monstrous. And then I think the whole body seems forward. Maybe if I grab the object mode and just move it back a little bit. And then I have some detail here on the head that I like at the breastbone and on the shoulders that I want to show, but that is not appearing here now because so I can make this guy a little bit taller. I think that'll help. Do I have a? No, okay. I think I make this guy taller. I'm gonna take it out again of X-ray mode. Yeah. So I mean, I don't mind this kind of mechanistic look. Again, it will look more like this, but the head is peeking out here of the suit, and I'm missing some detail I want to show. So I'm going to change some elements of the suit. I'm going to bring like these vertex. I'm going to bring like these vertices. Nope. Yeah, that's working. So you see all that. What happened to my? Okay, yeah, that's helpful. So you see all this detail that I really want to show. And so I don't mind the fact that this is not a good spacesuit design, right? Uh, because I want to show those that bit, and on the shoulders too. So I can maybe just grab these two vertices and bring the shoulders down a bit, and further out. And then I can bring them down a bit. I see I'm outside the. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. There we go. Just to have some of this detail on the head. Yeah, these kind of webby. Yeah, that's good. And you can see some on the back. So I don't mind that this is, bad spacesuit design. I'm creating an aesthetic which has something to do with spacesuits, but also something to do with, you know, um, showing the artsiness here. I felt like I did a lot of work on that. So when I smooth this, now I have another issue. So see if I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Let's get the X-ray back on. Get the vertices. Let's see here. Yeah. Vertex. And maybe these can, but go back to the smooth version. I keep forgetting where the X-ray is. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that looks okay. And I can pull these. There we go. So I've got a kind of beginnings of a spacesuit here for this guy. It has hands and feet. Um, I don't think I have any topological issues. So now I can begin to add details like belt. So I want him to have a kind of a belt. I want I want the elbows to be kind of accordion folds. I don't know if you can see on my artwork if it's even the kind of thing I'm thinking of. Maybe not. This looks more like he's wrapped in bandages or something. But at the elbows, I want to have like some kind of like flexible material. And this is what I guess what this represents. At the knees, you can see it. That's kind of what I'm looking for, so that the knees can bend and all that. And that's a lot of detail, and a lot of it will have to be. Go back to my. We'll have to add more edge loops and whatnot to get to stiffen up some of these areas. Oh, let's look at the side view of the arm. Oh, I've moved the guy. Great. Okay. I can at least get some idea. Right. The arm is too stiff. So I think I can do it without this guide anymore. I'm kind of done with the guide almost. But let's go. Yeah, This arm is too stiff. I want to bend the elbow back. Right. Let's get the x-ray. Yeah, okay. I'll grab these vertices and then move them back a bit. There we go. And then these vertices, I'll move them back a bit too, but I also might rotate them a bit. Right. And then the ones that make the wrist here, I might scale them down just slightly. And I need the whole hand to kind of rotate. And that looks pretty good. And then let's see if I can't get all of this hand here. I wonder if I can rotate it all. Will that work? And then move it. Yeah, so now his arms are not like, stiff robot arms. They have a little bit of bend to them. And I'll go back to take out I keep forgetting where the X-ray button is. There we go. Go into object mode and click away. Yeah. So I need some detail, but I'm in the right zone. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go for this set for right now. Maybe, the boots could maybe be a little bit bigger. I'll go back to this clunky thing here. We'll just get these. I'm not even really paying attention to the at this point. I'm not even really paying attention to the guide anymore. I'll get this. See if I can grab an edge. Just grab that edge. Nope. That edge. This edge. There we go. Pull it back. Yeah, that makes them seem a little bit longer. Yeah. I can grab this edge. No. No. Maybe pull out. Yeah, okay. A little Frankenstein boot. Make it even a little clunkier. Those feet just look too nubby. Maybe it's worth looking at these hands just to see if I want any more of that kind of stuff too. I could beef up the arms a bit because, like I said, they look too organic, and I want it to be a little bit more like a machine. And again, so this has all been smoothed, but I can add edge loops so I can get a kind of tighter angles and what there. But right now, I think that's good for me for today. Okay, everything's kind of floating here. We'll go into side view. I want to not see those guides anymore at this point, I think. So I'm going to seems like I could make them transparent or something, hide them. Well, I won't bother at the moment. I was just going to get this guy and drag him down so that his feet are on the ground. Yeah, I don't really feel like I need these guides anymore. I just needed them for proportions. Now I'm going to invent more detail. And that's the end of this lesson. And next week we'll get into more of this.